first time I heard it, so it was like, take my horse to the old town road. It kind of like mumbles it, and I was like, I take my hoe to the hotel room, and then the line after that is definitely, and I ride till I can't no more. And I'm like, what? How is this on the radio? I was like, this is definitely just someone just saying he's shagging a hoe. And I was like, and then it took me, and then I was like, why is Billy Ray Cyrus singing this? Like, this doesn't make any sense to me at all.
That's great.
And I was like, why is the song called Old Town Road? None of this made any sense. And then I finally looked at the lyrics. I was like, oh yeah, that's what they're saying.
Take my horse.
Yeah. Hello and welcome back to another week of Two Sheep in a Pool. My name's James.
And I'm Ben.
How you doing?
I am doing good.
Good.
How are you doing?
I'm actually doing pretty good. I'm enjoying the weather at the moment. I feel like we speak about the weather quite a bit.
Well, would we be English if we didn't talk about the weather on a weekly basis?
True. It does help that your flat looks onto a vista of beauty, especially when it's sunny.
Yes, that is true.
But I'm feeling the heat on my back already.
I was going to say, that's the issue of living in a mostly glass lounge.
You know what they say about people that live in glass houses?
What do they say, James?
They're very hot.
Yes. I thought you were just going to say they're knobheads.
No, there is actually a say. Do you not know the phrase?
No.
It's like people that live in glass houses shouldn't throw rocks. So it's the
yeah, I think I have it.
Yeah.
I mean, that makes a lot of sense.
Yeah. The idea is that don't be calling people dickheads if you can't handle being called a dickhead yourself.
I'll call you a dickhead if I want to call you a dickhead.
That's fine.
You dickhead.
I can take it.
I can't. Don't call me a dickhead.
But yeah, I'm already starting to sweat, I think. But it's like a nice heat.
We've not fully settled into the heat yet, though. Like last year when we hit our massive, glorious summer that we got, it was just hot all day and evening. Whereas now, as soon as the sun goes behind a cloud or just disappears in the evening, as it tends to do, it goes
it disappears in the evening, wherever it may go. Who knows? The magic.
But it's still going very cold then.
Yeah. And it's cold in the morning as well, because I'm getting up. But it's sunny. Like, I quite like it.
Yeah.
Like, I like that time in the morning, no one's around. It's like chilled, but like the sun is out. It's quite nice. I think if I end up leaving this job and having time to like do stuff anyway, I think I would probably get up at that time and then like maybe just enjoy the
frolic
around. Yes.
Because
it's quite nice. But obviously, if it's miserable, I'm not going to do that.
Which 90% of the time it's almost guaranteed to be.
It's true. Yeah. It's true.
Anyway, enough of being British and talking about the weather. That's filled another 2 minutes already. Have you got any complaints this week? I have a big complaint, but we'll come on to that in the main topic.
Okay. Well, I want to add to my smoking complaint as well from last week.
Okay, go on.
We've had new neighbours move in downstairs at the apartment place, and they smoke.
I think I noticed this when I came to you last. There was a very strong smell of smoke as you were coming up the stairs just before you hit yours.
So the floor before ours, and it reeks. Yeah. Like when we would come to our front door, you could like smell it seeping in, and they're like a floor down on the opposite side. Yeah, it's just horrendous.
What do you do in that situation?
Well, I know that downstairs have put out a like air freshener into the hallway. So,
the thing with air fresheners like that, when you've got a I don't want to say a toxic smell, but when you've got like a really pungent smell like smoke, air fresheners don't really help because then you get the smoke and the smell of the air freshener, which just smells like smoky air freshener, which is even worse.
It's not great. But I know that their neighbours across the way, who are our downstairs neighbours, I think are not afraid to come round and like knock on the door and be this is unacceptable. Because they came up and knocked on our door saying, have I told you the story?
No.
Where they came and knocked on and were like, yo, listen, we keep getting woke up at about 5:15 in the morning.
Yeah.
I have no idea what you're doing. And I was like, oh, that's what time I go to work. And they were like, well, you try and be a bit more quiet, please. I was like, yeah, but I'm just getting ready for work. It's not like I'm like trolloping about. It's not like me and Annie are coming in at 5 o'clock in the morning, like, after a night out every night.
Could it not be your massive jumping jacks routine that you do every morning when you wake up?
It might be my bowling ball juggling routine that I'm practicing.
Could be. Sorry, that one slipped my mind.
Yeah. What I actually think it is that Annie would make a smoothie in the morning, and that does cause a racket.
I can confirm from living with Annie, that is a loud sound.
It is a very loud sound. So I wouldn't be surprised. But so Annie, since the complaint, makes her smoothie the night before.
Pre-makes.
Yeah.
Good thinking.
She's a good egg.
But that's good having... I mean, it's a blessing and a curse having neighbours like that for handling issues so you don't look like the dickhead.
Yeah.
But then they might turn issues onto you.
The one thing I have noticed about the same neighbour is he drives an Audi. And then we walked past the other day. The seatbelt was already plugged in when they weren't in the car. So we were like, why is that? And now I've noticed when I've seen him driving the car, he like sits on it. He doesn't wear his seatbelt.
Okay.
How do you feel about that? Like, would you ever drive your car without your seatbelt on?
No, I wouldn't. I don't understand why, because I've seen taxi drivers do this, and I don't know why. If someone does it to that extent, that must be a little uncomfortable sitting on it. But you can just get things that you clip in that stop.
Yeah.
Because I'm assuming it's to stop the car from going beep 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 every
yeah.
time you drive. I never would. It just seems stupid. It's
Yeah.
like for a little inconvenience in discomfort, which it's not anyway.
I feel uncomfortable not wearing it, like because I'm so used to just having it.
Yeah,
on.
it's just the other thing that I find weird, this isn't a complaint. I just find it odd is seeing people who get into the car, start driving down the road, and then reach across and have to kind of like fumble with putting their seatbelt on once they're driving. It's like, can you not just get in, put it on,
I
and
think
then go?
people don't realize like they don't want to do it and then do it because the car beeps at them. I reckon that's what that is.
I'm talking from there's someone in mind. I'm not going to name, but they do it like frequent, like it's routine,
Right?
But it's like instead of having the routine, the logical way around, it's like they make a hindrance for themselves once they're on the road.
Here's a question for you: so you get in the car,
Yeah.
obviously. Do you put your seatbelt on, then put your keys in and turn the car on, or do you turn the car on, then do your seatbelt?
Well, I don't. My car, my routine's probably slightly different. I don't need to put my keys in. It's one of the start buttons.
I see how it is.
So I'll press the start button, and then put my seatbelt on because it takes it a minute to link to the phone and turn the Bluetooth on. And so if I do that first, I know that by the time I've put my seatbelt on, and
So maybe the better question was: do you get the engine started before you put the seatbelt on?
I
right.
do.
So that's what I do.
Yeah.
But Annie does it the other way around, and her car will beep at you if you're not wearing your seatbelt on when you turn the engine on. It doesn't continuously beep, but it's like beep beep beep. Like as soon as I turn it on, and it's got like the little symbol for not wearing a seatbelt. I'm like, hey, I'm not driving yet.
I think that's over.
Give me a second.
I think that kicks in when you go over 10 miles an hour, something like that. Well, this is probably a very tedious conversation to be listening to.
No, do you know what? Interesting fact. I think it is illegal. This might not be interesting.
Is it interesting?
You may be able to edit
Do you
this
really
out.
want to preface it with that?
My understanding is that it's illegal not to wear your seatbelt as you're driving.
I think that's true.
Unless you were a taxi driver, I think. Because there might be situations where
They're knobs.
where you might be put at danger, more likely to be danger if you're wearing a seatbelt. You know, if you've got a danger customer.
That makes sense, actually.
Or if you need to get out your car quickly, or you're getting in a tussle, you don't want to have to fight your seatbelt off.
Yeah.
So I think legally you're allowed to as a taxi driver.
Well, there we go. I would say that was an interesting fact.
Thank you.
Or maybe not a fact. Is that just a wild?
I've not double checked it before I've said this.
Yeah.
Can
we have a lawyer confirm this, please?
Yes.
Right. Well, I actually have a continuation of a complaint.
Okay.
That's yours. That's feedback from a listener.
Okay. Okay.
They are also infuriated by tea bags that are joined together.
There we go. I need to create some sort of petition online.
Yeah.
You know how there's been a petition for the Game of Thrones season 8?
Yeah.
Well, if I can get one if you can do one for that, why not join together tea bags?
Yeah.
Who is this person, or do they would like to remain silent?
My girlfriend's mum's partner.
Cool.
Yeah.
Yeah. I know who that is. Yeah.
You do.
He's emailed the show before.
He has emailed the show before.
Yeah.
I mean, shout out to Ian. We don't need to skirt around and hide his identity. Anyway, shall we move on to news and we can talk about that Game of Thrones petition?
Sure.
Yeah. Okay. News Bleat.
Man.
Well, I was about to stop the episode and insert the audio later on, but I think I'm just going to keep it rolling.
I think that's fine.
That can be our news.
You can edit that in every week now.
Yeah, thank you for that.
No worries.
Right, let's kick off with Game of Thrones petition then. I really want to talk about Game of Thrones as a whole, but you've not watched the episode yet, so we can't.
I haven't. Yeah, people have been very disappointed with it.
Yeah.
Disappointed with the writers, and there's been a big petition online to say, oh, can we rewrite it because it's not been very good or we've not enjoyed it. What do you feel about that?
Right, I'm not going to give any opinion on my final episode because I don't want to spoil anything for you, but I agree overall this last season has felt very rushed, and I've not particularly enjoyed a lot of the episodes as much as earlier in the show. However, I hate nothing more than seeing fans going, oh, let's make a petition because this one's awful and we're going to remake it. It's like, you're not going to get anywhere with that.
No.
So just stop. There's nothing worse than really whiny fanboys.
Like fan entitlement.
Yeah, fan entitlement, exactly. It's like, they're the writers, they can do what they want. Some people like it, some people won't. Move on. If you're that invested in something, just assess your life a bit.
Stop being such a loser.
I can understand disappointment, that's fine, because I've been disappointed with things, but just to the extent of making the petition and all this outcry, it's like, just stop.
I feel like there's a petition for everything nowadays, and I feel like they never do anything.
No, I feel like petitions carry a lot less weight now because of how readily everyone just jumps on signing a petition for something. I'm not saying that petitions are useless, because I'm sure they have uses, but I feel like they carry a lot less clout than they maybe once did.
Yeah, and it's not like someone has to go around and you physically sign it. It's like, I'll put my name in and like put my email address and tick it, and it's like, it takes 2 seconds. Where it's like, you're showing your support for it, but it's if I had a petition of 1,000 people that came to me that said cut your hair, I'd be like, I don't give a fuck.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? Like, there would have to be an outrageously large number of people.
Yeah.
And there never is going to be, because there's not enough people to care.
Yeah. Yeah. Agreed. I think that's our view on the matter.
Well, speaking of people showing their opinions, I think the opinion of Europe and us has been solidified with the European Song Contest.
I have actually had no inclination of what has happened at the Eurovision.
Okay. Where do you think we've placed?
I mean, we never do well, do we? Last.
Dead last. Yeah. But we didn't get 0 points, but we got 16, which is pretty low.
Pretty low.
And so, we came terribly last. And I think it's safe to say that Europe doesn't like us. I don't think this song was particularly bad.
No.
Not that I've seen it.
No, I couldn't tell you who performed. I couldn't tell you what the song was. I couldn't tell you who won Eurovision either.
All I saw was Holland, wasn't it?
Cool.
Yeah.
Well done to
All
them.
I saw that was that Graham Norton was saying that, the singer didn't deserve to come dead last because his song wasn't terrible, and there was worse songs out there. It's just that public opinion of the UK is very low at the moment. And what's your opinion on the European Song Contest? Eurovision.
It's just a bit
European Song Contest?
I don't know whether once upon a time maybe it was a highly regarded thing.
Yeah.
But it's just a bit of a joke now.
Yeah. Do you know it was hosted this year?
No.
Israel. Well known for being in Europe.
Yeah. Well, didn't that happen? I might be wrong in saying this. Azerbaijan, that didn't.
Yeah, Azerbaijan are in it.
And that wasn't.
Yeah. Not really
How
Europe.
does it work? Like
it used to just be Europe, but then like more and more countries have petitioned to join.
But the name never changed.
Yeah.
A petition, did you just say?
Petitioned.
Ah, okay.
Like put in their name. Because there's Australia now are in it.
Right, okay.
So it's all a bit silly, really.
No states are in it, are they?
America would get one. They don't get individual states. That's not how things work. No, America aren't in it yet, I don't think.
No, I didn't think they were.
But it's like the most. Yeah. It's the number one most watched song contest in the world, I think.
I literally couldn't care less about it. Talking of, I think this actually got cut from an episode a few weeks ago, but you were talking about a song that I didn't really like at the time.
Yeah.
I think Old Town Road.
Yeah.
Which is kind of like a little cheesy kind of country hip hoppy pop thing.
Mm-hmm.
I can't get it out of my head.
Yeah.
It's just solid, like solidified in there.
Yeah, it's got pretty big. It's been...
Yeah, it really has.
Yeah, pretty big for a while.
And I feel like there's 3 versions of it online now floating around.
Yes. Which is the third?
There's the original one, which was just the main guy.
Yeah.
Second one, which is featuring Billy Ray Cyrus.
Yeah.
And then the third one might be a new music video, but it was advertised.
Right, yeah.
It was like a film in quotation marks.
Okay.
It's only like 5 minutes long, but I think they filmed like a whole thing for it. Like more than a music video.
Yeah.
I've not watched it, but I just saw it floating around and I thought they're really milking, as you would, if it gets this big, they're just...
Yeah, I saw a
really
tweet from him
pushing it.
saying that he's bought a new house and the bathtub's big enough to cry in now. And I was like, I don't really know what that means.
Surely that would... Is he suggesting that you could fill it from crying? Is that a very small bathtub?
Or I don't know, does he flail around while he cries?
Could you not cry in any bathtub?
Maybe he didn't have a bathtub before.
Maybe. I mean, I'm sure he can afford multiple bathtubs after that song now. Go and listen to that if you've not heard it. It's annoyingly catchy.
Yeah, it is. To be fair, though, so the lyrics are, I take my horse to the old town road.
Horse to the old town road.
But to me, the first time I heard it, so it's like, take my horse to the old town road. It kind of like mumbles it, and I was like, I take my hoe to the hotel room, and then the line after that and is definitely, and I ride till I can't no more. And I'm like, what? How is this on the radio? I was like, this is definitely just someone just saying he's shagging a hoe. And I was like, and then it took me, and then I was like, why is Billy Ray Cyrus singing this? Like, this doesn't make any sense to me at all.
That's great.
And I was like, why is the song called Old Town Road? None of this made any sense. And then I finally looked at the lyrics. I was like, oh yeah, that's what they're saying.
Take my horse.
Yeah. But that's the problem with like lots of songs do this and singers.
Yeah.
Where they have words and they're just like lazy with the pronunciation.
Yeah.
Is that because you're a singer-songwriter, Ben? Is that because it's easier to make a song flow if you don't pronounce it? You can just mumble it and mumble your way through.
I feel like you see this loads if you go to any open mics, particularly in like young people. I think that they've seen other people do it and see it as like, it's more stylistic if I slur everything together. But like you said, in reality, it's just you can't hear what they're saying.
Yeah.
Yeah. I'm probably guilty of it myself sometimes.
Yeah.
But I think I pronounce some of my words.
At least some of them.
At least some of them. That's the important bit.
To be fair, I think I'm particularly bad at hearing lyrics in songs. I very, depending on how the song's leveled, but usually I'm like, I can hear the beat way more than I can hear what the lyrics are.
I think it's interesting what people listen for. I remember when we were at uni, I don't know whether it was just in a conversation, whether it was a lesson, but we discovered that everyone, and it makes sense really, if you're a guitarist, they listen for the guitar. If you're a singer, most of them were listening for the lyrics. Drummer, listening for the drums. It's weird, like...
Piano, they were listening for the maracas, weren't they?
Exactly. That was the odd one out. Yeah. I think generally speaking, I think most people would say the voice is the main thing they listen to.
And it's not that I do want to, I just can't.
You just can't. Yeah. Because people like Lil Nas mumble about taking their host to the hotel room.
Yes. Is it Lil Nas? I thought it was Lil Nas X.
Oh, it could be. I have no idea. I know it's Lil something.
Right, do you know this? Why is it Lil something?
Is he oddly tall? Is it an ironic name?
Even if it's not, it can either be ironic or non-ironic, and it works both ways.
Works both ways. That's true.
Silly. Do you think you'd go as Lil Ben?
No, I'd be Big Ben because it'd be ironic because I'm short,
and also because of the clock.
Yes,
or the bell within the clock. There's an interesting fact for you.
Interesting fact. Sometimes funny. We should do an episode on misheard song lyrics. Because I feel like there's some cracking ones out there.
Oh, have I ever told you the story of my mum and dad?
No.
Okay, so my mum and dad's song is
It sounds like they wrote it.
No. It's the Bee Gees on a Summer Breeze.
I know this because I thought the lyrics were probably what you're about to say.
Yeah, so the song goes, and you came to me on a summer breeze.
That is
it's
not what I thought though.
No, and my dad always sings it is you came to me on a submarine.
That's exactly what I thought.
And so my mum and dad are having their first dance to this song, and behind my mum's back, my dad's doing like a periscope of just like a submarine just coming up. So now, like, they've got a nice little thing, but my dad always says, "You came to me on a submarine." I feel like if we do that episode, I'd have to get my dad on.
Yeah,
because he's just a man who loves a misheard lyric.
I love it. The one I thought was Alanis Morissette. I can't remember. You ought to know. You ought to know. I thought the lyric is the cross-eyed bear that you gave to me, and I thought the lyrics were singing about a cross-eyed bear.
I think that's fair enough.
Yeah.
The most recent one I've had is, have you heard Stormzy's Vossi Bop?
I have.
It goes, my brothers don't dab, we just Vossi Bop.
Yeah.
And I thought it was like, me and my brothers, we don't die, we Vossi Bop instead. And I was like, what is Vossi Bopping if you're not dying? And then I Googled it, and it's like, we don't dab. But it doesn't there's no plosive at the end.
Yeah,
Do you know what I mean?
yeah.
From the dab. It's like we don't dab. Kind of just dies at the end of it, and I was like, what is
another
dying?
culprit of not enunciating?
Yeah, true that.
Anyway, should we move on before this becomes an episode on misheard song lyrics?
Yes, let's do that.
I have one bit of news that I wanted to talk about. It was rumoured, and now it's basically confirmed, Robert Pattinson, the Twilight boy, also known as Cedric Diggory, is Batman.
He's Bootman, yes.
He is the Batman.
Yeah. How do you feel about that?
I'm excited.
Do you think he makes a good Batman?
I think he needs to get shredded.
Yeah.
But in Hollywood, I feel like that's when a studio just chucks a load of money at them and says, get shredded. That's fine. He can do that.
Yeah.
I think he'll be good.
I think he's got a good look for it. He's got that jaw.
I think Batman always
look.
has to have that slightly emo mopiness because he's very, he's very sorry for himself a lot of the time.
I mean, his mum and dad died when he was quite young.
Yeah, I'm excited.
Tainted him for life. Yeah, cool.
As long as he doesn't deliver the performance that he did in Twilight, which I'm sure he won't.
I think he's all right in Twilight. It's just the story's not really good.
Yeah, but he's pretty mopey in Twilight, so maybe it'd work.
He's a vampire in that, and they turn into bats.
That's true. He's already a Batman, and now he's the Batman.
If you say so.
Anyway, no more news other than that. I'm just excited about that.
That's cool. That's interesting. Yeah, I had seen that. Should we move on to fake news or not?
Shall we? Do you want to do a new theme tune for this one too?
Do we normally have it? I don't.
See, I'm gunning now. I'm not going to edit this episode in the slightest. I'm just going to get you to do all the theme tunes.
Is fake news not even got one?
No, it's just the normal theme.
Bah.
That was crap. I'm editing mine in.
No, I tried.
Right, fake news or not.
So this week, I've decided to change up the format. I spoke to you and got your permission about 5 minutes ago that we're going from 2 stories down to 1.
Yes.
Because for the past few weeks, and it's happened in the past where it's a draw. You'll get one right, you'll get one wrong, and nothing changes. And draws are the worst. I don't care if I lose as long as someone wins. Do you know what I mean? I don't care if I don't win as long as someone wins.
Yeah.
Oh no, sorry, I take that back. I do care if I don't win.
Yes.
But I'd rather we had a winner and a loser rather than a draw.
A draw.
And I feel like it makes it more difficult on you. And easier on me, so therefore that's why I'm doing it.
But no, I think we've got a guaranteed winner and a loser now.
Yeah.
One story. So, deliver me your one fake or maybe not fake news headline.
Yeah. Okay.
Signature
Every
cough
time
before he
yeah,
delivers.
because I feel like I need to give it in like from a newscaster voice. Okay. 2 men caused £1.6 million worth of damage trying to not create.
Classic slip up, delivering the headline.
Let me try again. 2 men caused £1.6 million worth of damage trying to cremate a mouse.
That must have... Okay, I'm going to try and guess what happened here.
Okay.
And then you can tell me what actually happened.
Yeah.
They tried to cremate a mouse and set a lot of things on fire.
Yes.
Oh, I got it in one.
Basically, that's
Is there any more to that story?
They did it. They were trying to amuse themselves because it was a boring day.
Okay. Was this a pet mouse or did they happen across it?
They happened across it. It wasn't a pet mouse.
And they thought they'd cremate it. Where was this?
It was in down south in Bury St. Edmunds.
Oh, I thought it was going to be America.
No. Why would it be in pounds?
That's true. I thought maybe you just converted it.
Okay.
Can you disclose what they burned down?
I could.
Could you?
Yes. It was a cycle shop.
A cycle shop? So is most of the damage from bikes being damaged and not the building itself?
Bit of column A, bit of column B.
Okay.
There aren't many. I tell you what, there aren't many fireproof bikes out there. You don't see many firemen riding into a blaze on a bike, do you?
You're not wrong.
What about that? Who's the superhero dude that heads on fire?
Ghost Rider.
Ghost Rider. His bike must be fireproof.
You said a cycle shop, not a motorbike shop, though. Because I don't think Ghost Rider pedals around on a fiery bike.
Well, what if surely he doesn't only drive the motorbike? What if he's going for a casual ride with his family?
Okay.
Back on topic.
Right, I think I'm leaning towards this is fake, but I think that this is true.
What do you mean?
Because there's too many little things that you look like you were trying to make up that it was a cycle shop when I asked you. So okay. I'm going more off that than what I think of the story. And I'm going to say that this is true.
Because I looked like I was trying to make it up?
Yes.
You think that I was bluffing?
Yes.
Okay.
I think this is true. I don't, but I'm going with
I need to just give you the headlines. It is true.
Yes.
Yes. It's
victory
it's
for me.
This is not fair. You just basically ask me questions until I break down, Ben. It's not fair no more.
Would you prefer that you fake news or not? It's just going to become a 10-second segment of you going, here's a story, and then I go, true.
Yeah, and then I go, no.
Moving
on. Yeah. Yes, they basically Cycle King in Bury St Edmunds got burnt down because they were trying to cremate a mouse.
No way.
Yeah, idiots.
Did they own the shop?
No, I think they just worked there. Yeah, a dozen fire engines brought more than 60 firefighters were sent to fight the flames.
Jesus. Mm-hmm. Guy, that's a bad day at work, that.
He said the person that caused the fire had worked in the cycle shop for 3.5 months and had lost his job and previous good character as a result of the catastrophic fire.
I'm surprised if he didn't get fired. I'd be more surprised.
Fired! Sometimes funny. Yes.
Yeah.
So there you go. I did have another story as well that I didn't use.
Do you want to save it for next week, or do you want to... Is it going to just become 2 stories anyway, but one's a game and one's for fun?
No, maybe, because if I find something that's interesting as well.
Okay.
So, did you know that Arnold Schwarzenegger got drop-kicked in the back?
What, recently?
Yeah, like the other day.
I didn't know.
Like a couple of days ago. So basically, someone ran up, drop-kicked him in the back, and then got tackled by security. Yeah. And as he was leaving, he was shouting, "Help! I need a Lamborghini."
Is that a reference that's going over my head?
No. I think he just needed a Lamborghini.
Don't we all?
Don't we all? Would this have fooled you? This sounds more fake?
Probably. I'd have probably gone with that being fake.
Damn it. God damn it.
You picked the wrong story. I mean, you didn't. You picked the right story because I benefit from it.
Right.
Right, shall we move on to the main topic?
Let's shall we? Okay. So 1-0 to you, is that what we're saying?
Yes. Hang on, 1-0.
Yes,
that sounds like, are you just resetting from the beginning?
Yeah.
That's not going to happen.
No, because you gained so many points from the 2 pointers, do you know what I mean?
No, we reset after a year.
Fine.
Every year we'll change this segment. So now I've got a 5-point lead. Right then. Main topic today.
Yes.
What are we talking about?
Well, Ben, you're moving house yet again.
Yet again. But this time, I am actually moving house, with house being the key word.
Yes.
Not flat.
Not flat. No. You have moved. You've just moved.
I move every day.
Yeah. But you've moved where you live, I think, every 6 months since I've met you. This is
6 months? I don't move twice a year.
It feels like it.
I've moved once a year for the past 6 years.
Because this is the fourth. So I mustn't have not. This is the fourth place I've seen you in.
Yeah.
That you're going to be, and I've not known you for 4 years, so it must be more frequently than once a year.
Let me talk you through my house moving history.
Okay.
This is going to be a fun episode, isn't it? So I move out of my home to come to university. Mm-hmm. I live in student halls for a year.
Right.
That year finishes. I move into a student house with 8 people for another year.
Mm-hmm. You and 8 others, or
7 others.
Okay.
8 including me.
Right.
Then I move into a very nice flat for my last year of uni with you playing footsie with me under the table.
Not intentionally. Sorry.
Then I move into a flat for the 3rd year. And then after that...
The penthouse, as it's been called.
The penthouse. I leave university and move into my first flat, which we can see over there.
I've been to that one, haven't I?
You have. Yeah. I leave that flat and move into the next flat over. Mm-hmm. for a year. Then I'd leave that flat and move into this flat for another year.
I feel like you weren't in that second flat at the other place for a year.
It was a full year.
Was it?
I can confirm. So now I am leaving this flat in the next couple of weeks to move into my first house.
There's no way that you've been here for a year.
It's been 10 months.
Yeah.
By the time we move out, it'll be... Okay, you nitpicky bastard. But anyway, me and my girlfriend, we've bought a property and we own it.
Yes.
I'm an adult now.
It's very nice. It came with its own dog poo.
It did. So yesterday when we were going to pick up the keys, I was pissed off with them. We found out in the morning, 9 o'clock, everything goes through, house is legally ours. So 12 o'clock, we're meant to pick up the keys. They text and they're like, oh, it's going to have to be 2. Like, okay.
Is this the owners or like?
This is the owners.
Yeah.
And they're like... Oh,
ex-owners.
Ex-owners now, yeah.
These are my keys.
And they were like, oh, it's going to be another hour. We're like, still fine. It's all good. All I had was an hour appointment at 6 o'clock. So I was like, we're all good. Then it got pushed back again. They were like 4:30. We were like, okay, you're pushing it now. So then we then called the solicitors and we were like, what do we do? We're trying to get the keys. We can't get them. So he said, I'll contact them. And then he calls us back and he's like, oh no, they've said that they're fine all day. It's you who can't pick up the keys. And we were like, piss off. So then we were like, okay, this minute we're going to go and get the keys then. So we set off and they had the moving van on the drive and they were obviously still just piling the last few bits in and they'd just been pushing all day for more and more time. So then we move it, we get into the house and they've just left lots of they were obviously in a very big hurry, like not clean the oven, dog poo in the garden, left a little fire pit. They were like, oh, we'll leave the microwave for you. We thought you might want it. We were like, no, take your microwave. But now we're in.
You're in.
We're in.
Sorted. And you're just putting up little paint samples everywhere.
Yes, we have very colourful walls. They're not that colourful. They're just slightly different shades of blue and grey.
It is. So what made you move 6 times and why did you move from the first one?
So
you've lived in the same complex basically
for 3 years,
but moved
in 3 different
years.
properties. Yeah. So we moved into a small starter flat, two bed flats every time. The first one was small though, so we moved into the next flat because they built everything a bit bigger, just a bit nicer, and it was the same price. So we moved in, and then the next move is not a pointless move, but we didn't have to. The first one was actually like we're pushed for space, but the second one would have been fine. It's just the flat we're in now is a top floor, very nice view, and bigger again. But this was a luxury move. We didn't need to. We just wanted this flat.
Yeah.
The reason we moved again is because I would have point blank refused if it was a rented property again. But seeing as we own it, I can justify that in my head. We're going to be saving money and putting money into something that's ours. Not for a landlord. But yes, I am sick of moving and I do not want to move. I'm not looking forward to the move, but I'll be happy when we have moved.
Yeah, I feel like we started this podcast not too long after you moved in here.
Yeah, it'd been probably like 2-3 months. Yeah.
Because we've had this topic about talking about moving house because we thought it might be interesting.
Yeah. Probably very wrong. Probably thought it'd be interesting.
And we thought now that you're moving house again, and I'm pretty sure you said you were not going to move house.
I did say that.
And I think I should have taken a bet, but didn't.
Yeah.
So.
Well, you missed that.
I did. It was pretty. No, I wouldn't say it was pretty tough, but moving from your old place to here.
No, you can say it was pretty tough.
Yeah, because there was a lot of like tight corners. I felt, and then getting stuff in the lift.
Yeah.
The amount of times we had to measure something to make sure it fit in the lift.
Yeah.
Was outrageous. Taking stuff in and out.
We should paint a picture here. I have moved effectively 500 meters.
Yeah.
Like if you look behind you out the window, you can see our old flat.
Yeah, you can spit into your own flat.
We couldn't book movers for a move that short. However, that made the move 10 times harder than if we were moving, 20 miles away because we carried by hand everything. Literally everything. And we only had to disassemble one thing, which I was really happy with.
Yeah, what was it?
It was the sofa bed wouldn't fit in.
Oh, yeah.
We managed to get even like the sofa, everything. There was only one thing that we had to take apart.
I think we pretty. I'm gonna pat myself on the back there. We did pretty good.
I literally couldn't have done it without you.
Yeah,
because I would have been on my own, literally. Otherwise, so thank you.
No worries. I was happy to help.
However, we're booking movers this time.
Yeah, I don't blame you.
But it made it so much harder because it literally took a week. It took over a week, I think, to just carry everything over.
Yeah.
Because you can't carry more than a box at a time, really.
No.
So it's just the slowest process ever.
I remember trying to bring that little side table that you have over there, and just like, it has 2 handles on the outside.
Yeah.
And I just picked it up, and all I had was 2 handles, and I just broken the handles off it. I was like, Ben, I'm so sorry.
Yeah.
The beginning of me breaking things around here. I don't think I broke anything in moving, did we?
No, I don't think so.
So pretty happy.
I'm half, because of the frequency that we have moved, I'm worried that we're going to start taking things apart for the 4th time in 4 years, and the wardrobe will just never go back together. The bed will never go back together. So we'll see what happens there.
Yeah, we had to trim the wardrobe down, didn't we? We like took the doors off it and the back.
And did we take it apart in the hallway?
I think so.
Yeah, we did.
Yeah, that was tough.
Oh, God. Talking about this is making me stressed out. I think moving house is one of the most stressful times in the year.
Yeah.
Other than like horrific things that come up. I mean, just in general life things, there are a few things more stressful.
The way you put that, Ben, is the weirdest way, because most people don't move house every year.
Yeah.
So when you said it's the most stressful part of the year, because it might be for some people
it's that time of year again,
the most stressful time in their life.
Yeah.
Because they move once every 20 years or something like that.
Yeah, that's true.
So, but at least you won't have to take stuff up like 3 flights of stairs.
Yes.
Because that's what happened when we moved into our place.
Yes.
There is no lift.
You have no lift. That's true.
Yeah, and so we had to carry everything up 3 flights of stairs. From like, basically I did most of Annie's moving while she was working. And I took all of the stuff from hers backwards and forwards. She's going to listen to this and be like, you liar.
You liar.
But I did quite a bit of stuff. And yeah, carrying it up 3 flights of stairs was pretty damn tiring.
Yeah.
Shall I tell you the story of my quickest move out ever?
Yes. Tell me the story of the quickest move out ever.
So when I broke up with my ex, wasn't a great breakup. We broke up about a week before we were going to go on holiday together.
Okay. Where were you going to go?
Lanzarote, Tenerife.
Where's Lanzarote?
Lanzarote. It's how the Spanish, it's how the Italians say it. Yeah, one of those 2.
Yeah.
So she ended up going on the holiday.
Yeah.
And I didn't. And basically, I was like still in the flat. But I'd gone visiting this friend who was a girl from work.
Yeah.
Who my ex had suspicions about, but there's no
founded suspicions. No.
But basically, while I was round there, she basically texted me. My ex texted me saying, "Get out the flat. I don't want you in the flat anymore. My friend's going to come around and pick up the keys in about 20 minutes." And I was like, "Fuck." So basically, I had my friend's flatmate and her help me move out of my flat. So we drove round.
Yeah.
Like basically dove in the flat. I was just like put everything in suitcases, and they would just like help me just shove everything in suitcases.
Could you not have said, "Give me more than 20 minutes"?
Yeah, but I just kind of felt bad.
Okay.
And then it ended up basically just throwing everything in a suitcase as quick as possible, and then getting into a car and like hiding. I gave the key back into a friend, and then a friend was like snooping around. And I was like, fucking hell yeah. And then I was just like, oh, I need to get out of here.
Oh, so that sounds like an unpleasant, more stressful move than a normal move.
Yeah, thankfully, I tend to not have like a lot of things.
Yeah.
I left, there was some stuff I did leave. I left my desk that I have now. I left that because obviously that's not fitting in a suitcase.
No.
So just
I'd be impressed.
So just basically it was like my Xbox and laptop and stuff.
Yeah.
And then just my clothes.
That was it.
And that was it. That's all the worldly possessions I tend to have.
I don't think I could move out in 20 minutes. It just wouldn't happen.
If you ignore like furniture.
Well, I mean, yeah. If there was okay, here's a question: your flat's on fire.
Yeah.
3 things. What'd you get?
Am I the only? Is there any people in the flat?
No people or pets. And not that you have any pets in your flat,
Yeah.
but they're all safe. I'm talking possessions.
Probably my laptop. My Switch.
Yeah.
And my Xbox. Like, I know, but like that's the 3 most expensive things I own.
Yeah, that's true.
I don't really own much more expensive stuff.
I feel like
I'm not sentimental at all.
I feel like now things would have change compared to like 10, not 10 years ago, maybe a bit more, with like photo albums and things like that.
Yeah.
'Cause now they're just all in the cloud.
Is my
Do you know
phone
what I mean?
on me? Do you know what I mean? Like,
Yeah, phone's on you.
Yeah.
Anything is it on you now?
It's on the table right there.
Well, maybe that counts as a possession then. I mean, your answer still doesn't really change. It's either phone or like a laptop.
Okay, shoes,
Shoes,
clothes,
yeah,
a top, because I'm
You're
naked.
Yeah.
Boxes, number one. My one sock and a slipper.
Very nice.
But one
Not both socks.
No.
One sock and one slipper.
Yeah, for opposite ones.
Okay. I think mine would just be 3 guitars.
Yeah. I can get behind that.
In descending, in fact, maybe not even descending price order. The most expensive one I would. Then I've got the one that I've kind of gigged the most with, and then my first ever proper guitar, which is not the most expensive, but is the most sentimental.
Yeah. Is that the kind of guitar that you would you keep forever and hang on a wall?
Yeah.
Like when you're big and famous.
Yeah.
Would you sign it and sell it for charity?
When I've grown.
When you've grown, when you're massive. When you've been on Eurovision and everybody knows you.
Yeah.
Would
And they call me Little Ben.
No, Big Ben.
Yeah.
Would you ever sell it? Like, how much is that worth to you?
I wouldn't. That one I wouldn't sell. There's others. I struggle with the idea of selling guitars because I feel like they are more sentimental to me than most things. Like they mark points in my life,
Right.
type thing.
How many guitars do you own?
I think in that room currently there's 10.
10 guitars.
If you include a ukulele.
Ben, you only have 2 hands, and you can only be able to play one guitar at once.
Well, see, there's 4
Yeah.
that are actually like functional, serve different purposes,
Okay.
gigging or recording wise.
And then are they just the others of the same type?
Yeah, then the others are kind of either sentimental ones or like they're ones that I could probably get away with 4 or 5 set ones.
Yeah.
But then, and I could get rid of the rest, but I'm not going to.
What? Okay, totally like tangent now. But what are the different? Why do you need? What are the 5 different types of guitar?
Oh, God,
like
this is a fun episode, isn't it?
I know. I'm just curious about it. Like,
Yeah.
do you have an electric guitar? Is that one of
So
them?
I've got an electric guitar.
Yeah.
It's a Fender Baja Telecaster.
Oh yeah, my favorite. But
But that one's quite a versatile electric that suits the kind of stuff that I play. It's quite a varied genre type of guitar.
Okay.
Then I've got my most expensive one is a mahogany Martin. That's a 0015.
Is that its name that you've given it, Martin, or is that
No, the brand is Martin.
okay?
So that one, they are all named as well.
Elite Dave,
Yeah. First,
Susan.
the Telecaster, she's called Olivia.
right?
The mahogany Martin, she's called Thea.
Are they all girls?
Not all of them.
Okay.
Then I've got another 00 Martin, but that one is spruce, not mahogany.
And do they sound different?
They do sound different.
Could I tell the difference in sounds?
Yeah, I think you could. If we did a
Okay.
blind sound test, I think you could.
Okay.
I think you'd be able to tell a difference, but maybe not.
Why one's better than
Why-
the other?
yeah.
Why I would use it?
Yeah.
Okay.
So that Martin is my. That one's called Robin.
Okay. After Batman and Robin,
After Batman and Robin.
or Robin from How I Met Your Mother.
That's probably where I did get the name from. Anyway, that one's like my workhorse guitar.
Okay.
It's on the, I say cheaper end. It's on the slightly cheaper end.
Yeah.
But that's the one that I gig with week in, week out.
Mm-hmm.
Then I've got a Taylor 114 with nylon strings.
Okay.
So that one has got a very distinct different sound. You'd be able to tell that one.
Is that the one they play in like a mariachi band?
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's the most similar that it is actually.
Does it have like the big fat back, or is that for just
No.
marachis?
It's kind of a hybrid.
Okay.
It sounds more like a classical guitar, but plays more like a modern steel string guitar.
Okay.
This is a really interesting section.
Yeah.
And she's called Willow.
Okay.
Then my first ever proper guitar, which is another one that I'd keep. She's called Lila.
Right. You don't need all 10, just the 5 that you use.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Okay.
That's the 4 that I would use, and then the 5th
Okay. But you said
that I would
3.
keep. I said 4. I said 4, and then
3
one
that you could
sentimental.
take in a fighter.
Oh yeah, that's true. That would be the 2 Martins and Lila.
Okay.
Yeah.
Do you think you could carry 3 guitars at once?
Yes.
How would you do that?
I'd put them front to front and
Okay.
hold around the neck of both.
Okay, so they're like kissing.
And that would be the cheaper Martin and Lila, and then the expensive one I'd keep far away in the other hand.
I imagine guitars are quite flammable.
I mean, there would, so I imagine so. Well, that ends Ben's guitar collection section, the famous section.
No, I was just curious about it. I didn't think you had 10.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
In all fairness, I think 3 of them aren't mine. They're Gina's.
Oh, okay.
She's got an acoustic, a bass, which is helpful to me because I've not got a bass, so I use that. And then she's got a sentimental one as well that was given to her. It's not a good guitar in any way, but it's just there.
Right.
Well, there we go.
So I'll not buy you that guitar for your birthday then.
No, but you can never have too many guitars.
Right.
That is a factual statement.
Yeah.
Anyway, back to what we were talking about. Moving house. How many times have you moved?
Oh, great.
Where have you lived?
Mostly at my parents' house or in Liverpool.
Yeah.
So first the student accommodation.
Yep.
And then I moved to live with my girlfriend, ex-girlfriend, girlfriend at the time, and 2 friends in City Quay. No, not City Quay. Kingstock Mill.
Yeah.
And then we moved from there to City Quay.
Yeah.
And then we broke up and I moved into Wood Street. Wood Street was a hellhole.
I remember, can't imagine it being nice.
It's basically like a hostel, but without any like nice bits. So I was like in a one room that was basically, it's like smaller than your little room in here.
Yeah.
It's not that's exactly little.
Yeah.
With a single bed, a desk and a TV, and that's about it.
Yeah.
And I remember that when I moved in there, like my parents helped me move in, and my mum's told me afterwards that when they like got in the car to leave, my mum just cried.
You know it's bad when that happens.
Yeah, and my mum was like, "Oh God, he's really like not down on his luck, but he's fucked it here. What's he doing?" Because it was horrid, and I remember.
Had you viewed that before?
No, but it was like ridiculously cheap.
Yeah, and there's a reason why.
Yeah, and you paid. There was no contract, and you paid like you could pay by the week or you could pay by the month. And I think you could pay by the day if you wanted to. But I paid for like 2 months, and then my friend moved up who had a year out in uni, and then we moved to London Road. Mm-hmm. That wasn't particularly nice either. Yeah. That was like a 2-bedroom place, but it didn't have a living room.
I never saw in it. I just saw it from the outside, didn't I?
Yeah, so it was me and my friend Dot both had a bedroom, and then it had a kitchen that was probably it's probably about 2 meters wide with cabinets, and then about 4 meters long. You could if you opened the door, it split the room in half. Yeah. You couldn't get on the other side of the door if the door was open. It was very small, but also quite cheap.
Yeah.
And then from there, I moved back to my parents.
Yeah.
And then from my parents, I moved in with Annie.
So you've moved quite a lot as well.
Yeah. Yeah.
But I feel like around uni time,
that's fine.
You're kind of gonna have to.
Yeah. I
think the thing that I asked if you'd viewed it before. I think the thing in my head that I'd really struggle with is going into somewhere that I'd not seen, like knowing that you're living there. Because the building, you can see it from here actually. I've got some friends who are Norwegian, and she got me to have a flat viewing, and I had to like FaceTime round the flat for them.
Right.
And send it. I remember at the time I was like, I don't know if I could do this.
Yeah.
I think I'd have to just move to the country and then like book a hotel
while you're
moving, because just the thought of it's normally like a minimum of a year or thereabouts, isn't it?
6
and not
months.
knowing where you're going to live. But
yeah, I think where I live is not a big deal to me. I like to live in somewhere nice, obviously, but when I lived somewhere not so nice, it didn't bother me too much either. Like, I don't know, if as long as I have enough space to do my stuff that I want to do, it didn't have a negative effect on me, or I don't think it did.
Yeah,
and it's not like it affected my life. It's not like I didn't bring girls back, because that's how I met Annie while I was living in a hovel, basically. So yeah,
I think I value it quite highly on my list of things. I think it would just affect my mental space, because you're spending all your time where you're living, obviously. I don't know. I think the thing that has changed is your perception of where you are in your life. Like, I wouldn't want to live in student hall accommodation now, but I really enjoyed doing that, if that makes sense.
I think if you needed to, you could. Like, did you not feel like when I went from living where I'm living now to living in a box room?
Yeah.
Because that's what I needed to do. I wasn't earning enough money that I could stay in a place like that.
True.
And I didn't want to move home. So needs must, really.
Yeah, that's one thing I'd struggle with now. Like, I've got a really good relationship with my family, but I couldn't go and live at home now.
Why is that?
I think more the sense of like the independence side of it. Like, because you're so used to now just being on your own schedule, like coming home when you come home and having your own space. And not that even, it's not like my mum would say, you've got to be home by 9 o'clock. But I think it's just, I'd feel like I was infringing on their space now.
Could you have someone share your house? So, for example, something happens with me and Annie, we both lose our jobs. Could we live at yours?
Yeah.
Would that bother you? It's not the sharing of one single place with other people
No,
anymore?
like we've literally done that in the past for 2 people actually who have broken up with someone, and then they've come and lived with us to varying lengths of time for each one. I think the important thing there is kind of setting boundaries on time, so you both have an expectation of how long you're going to be there. Because the person doesn't want to feel like they're living in someone else's home and infringing. And also,
For example, you had another bedroom here that was the same size as your bedroom. Could you, and that was, you rented that out to somebody else. Could you deal with that, having someone, is this your space enough now that you don't feel like you would be able to share it?
No, I think depending on the length of time, I think that would be the key thing.
That you were just living together?
I would.
Yeah.
I think you just adapt to it. Like you said, you deal with whatever you do. The idea of it, I don't like it now. Like, I feel like I have my own space, and I don't know, I'd struggle with it a bit.
Nice to have neighbours, not nice to have roommates.
Yeah. But that said, I think depending on where you were living, I'd come to like that again. Because there was a time after uni where I kind of did really miss that, having that constant social living with people.
Bubble.
Like a sitcom, living with friends. But I don't know. I think because we live in a city where a lot of our friends still live, I feel like you still get that enough. Yeah. Like, we see each other enough, you know what I mean? Like,
and
we're not
at least once a week.
Yeah.
I know, and we might end up living very close to each other because we're looking at moving house and looking at a very, very similar area that you've just moved into. So we could be...
That would make me rather happy.
Very close neighbours again. So I'm looking forward to that.
Yeah, has it made you want to get a house more? I got the feeling yesterday, because you came and looked at the house we got. Yeah. I got the feeling that Annie very much wanted a house after seeing a house.
Yeah, for sure. I think Annie is more driven by emotion in getting a place. Yeah. And like she said, she was like, you will just know when I walk into the place that this is how I'm going to feel about it. Where it's like, I think I'm a bit more pragmatic about it.
I think you need that.
Yeah,
going in.
I think that works as well as
you
a balance.
Need a balance.
Because if it was me, it'd be like, oh, this place costs 10 grand, and it's only got 20 rats in the basement.
Yeah.
So not that much, but it's an interesting balance.
Yeah.
So yes, I'm looking forward to get a house. We thought about staying in the place we are now and buying there and buying around there, but
smokers moving.
Smokers moving, yeah, and it's way more expensive than you can get like a 5-bedroom house for the same price.
Yeah, same price, mate.
Same price as you can get for a 2-bedroom flat in the block where we're living.
Yeah,
it's crazy money.
It's crazy the disparity. Like, yeah, for the same amount of money, flats to houses on space. Yeah, is crazy, and especially living up north compared to even the Midlands or down south. For 140 grand, you can get a pretty nice property up north, whereas you literally get a box cupboard down south for that. Yeah, it's crazy.
Yeah, I wonder if it's flats are more priced higher because they're like an investment. People use them to buy to let. Yeah, and so they're priced that way so that people have to spend more money on them to be an investment. True. I don't know.
True.
But yes, we're thinking of moving house, and I'm looking forward to it. It'd be nice to have more space. I think it's the same reason as you, like financial wise, it's definitely...
It makes so much more sense.
Much cheaper.
Well, on a monthly basis, we're almost halving our costs. Yeah. Which is crazy, considering you get more benefits as well. Like longer term. Yeah. And you're paying money to yourself more than paying it to...
For sure.
A landlord.
For sure.
But the thing I'm most excited about is having a garden.
Yeah, it does look nice.
I'm really excited about that.
Yeah.
And also, discovered this is a pointless thing to be excited about, but the old owners left a dartboard in the shed, and you literally have to throw the darts through a doorway into the shed to play it. But I'm really excited about that.
But I don't know if that dartboard mustn't be that attached. So I think you can move it if you want to. Yeah. So I think you should.
So next episode we're going to do on darts.
Right. Well, I haven't got much else.
No, I'm moving house.
Yeah. Happy for you.
Thanks.
If you do need help moving, get movers. I'm not going to do it again. Fuck that shit.
I don't blame you. After literally doing as much of the last move as I did.
I felt like I had more of a right to come and live here than Gina did afterwards, because I was like, I've moved everything in here.
I'm sure she would try and contest this.
I think she probably would. She's like, well, I'm paying.
I've made sure that she is available for this move. Because of work for the past 2, I've literally had to do it on my own. That was not happening this time.
Fair enough.
Right then, if you've liked what you've heard, somehow, I don't know how you would get to that from this thrilling episode.
You've got to be confident, Ben. Confidence.
We've put it at the end. Everyone who's already left already left.
Too late, yeah. Thank you for listening.
So well done, people who have made it this far. Also, we didn't mention this at the beginning. We've crossed 1,000 downloads on our podcast now. We went from being just before for quite a while, and we've suddenly had like a massive block in one go.
Well, we had a week off as well, didn't we? So we had a week off where we were just pushing towards 1,000 then. Yeah,
as soon as we hit 1,000 though, like the graph just went whoop.
Yeah, we're now at 10 million. Thank you, everybody. How amazing.
Anyway, if you like what you've listened to, give us a little rating on your podcast app of choice. That would help us out. You can find us in all the usual places, Facebook, Twitter, etc. Not that we ever post anything on there. You can find our website, twosheepinapool.com. You can email in at bar@twosheepinapool.com, BAA, like a sheep. But until next time.
Thank you very much.
I've been Ben.
I've been James.
And we'll see in a bit.
Will we see them?
We won't see anyone.
This is an audio medium, Ben.
We'll
you keep saying
anyone.
To me.
We'll listen to you. No, we'll talk to you.
Talk to you soon.
In a week.
Thanks for listening.
Bye.
Bye.